call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Bashim Kakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone of root well. I am not a member, however, I've entered into their labors. Peace and mercy to the sincere brothers and sisters doing this wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. And this is just a quick, I guess, a news update on what happened where an alleged, WARCRIME has happened, right, in international waters. So this is real life Pirates of the Caribbean going on right here. And you see here, it's what we know about the U.S. seizure of the oil tanker off Venezuela. Okay, you see, we're just gonna skip through a couple of these, and maybe there's some video that we can find as well. But he said some pretty interesting things too as well. So the first one we'll pull up here. Here is this. All right, so you see the title here: relied on illegal sanctions to seize Venezuelan oil tanker, right? And this was yesterday, but I think the actual event happened on the 10th, maybe. Look at these jakes. Look, you wouldn't have never known. You wouldn't have never known. That look like I look like an auntie I got. But it says no more war for oil or for petroleum, right? You see, you got the little Uncle Sam on it. Let me try to zoom in on this shit, huh? Oh, I wanted to see if he had a big nose or not. If you know, you know. Okay, so let's kind of squeeze through. Oh, I'm sorry, breeze through this real quick. We'll get some scriptures and that'll be it. But before we do, I've been getting this a lot. The Habakkuk 2 and 5 is coming out quite a bit, and for some reason, I feel like I should just be able to quote it as much as I read it. But I'm gonna go to. We're gonna start at. No, we'll start at 1. I mean, the point is in 5. If you've seen my last 4 videos, right, you know where it's at. But we'll start at the top here. I will stand upon my watch, and I will set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision, and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. I want to see what that reads. Give me in the. Okay, I didn't mean to click that. The Lord said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets so a runner can carry the correct message to others. And what is the correct message? Right, that the third woe is on its way. We are, I mean, it's like a soft launch so far, but here's the only difference. A lot of people think that, especially those that are not in the know, they think that this third woe is going to be fought like the second one. No, this third one got arrows. All right, if you know what arrows are, you know what I'm saying. Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Verse 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, and he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death. Give me a second. My dog gonna come in here being loud. He loves to come in here and start snoring when I'm doing my videos. So let me keep him out. Alright. Verse 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. But gather unto him all people, and unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Remember, all right, Job 9:24 tells you what earth was given into the hand of the wicked, and this is what they do: pillage, plunder, rape, rob, murders, all the things. All right, all of the above. All right, it said he would have the fatness of the earth, and in a smaller sense, oil. What is oil? Right, with that you cook with is fat. So, of course, in the earth, oil. It's kind of something I think about from time to time, but that isn't doctrine at all. That's just something that kind of helps me remember certain scriptures. Okay, what else did we read? What else did we get? I want to see. I never picked. I wonder what proud. or if it just is what it is on here. Oh yes, absolutely the second one, and Hati, right? As it says, I shall be like the Most High. All right, is that what he say? He will ascend above the clouds. He wants to be like the Most High. All right. All right, but the Lord said He will bring him down to the ground, to the pit. All right, so let's All right, we've seized tanker coast of Venezuela. That sounds like without even going down here, that just sounds like him. That is his speech pattern. Very idiotic. All right, we've just seized an oil tanker on the coast of Venezuela. Okay, a large tanker, very large, the largest one we've ever seized. Okay. Anyway, it described the escalation as apparently impending illegal. Man. And regime change in Venezuela. Attorney General Pam Bondi ceremoniously released a video clip of the Marines and the National Guard rappelling down from two helicopters on the tanker. All right, seized it. Okay. Now, what else is going on is the EU nations are no longer, and I've been trying to find an article, but I remember hearing it in one of these these news clips I was listening to, that they're no longer sharing information with Babylon. All right, that we may be able to find something like that. Okay, but let me stick to these articles real quick. We're just gonna. All right, and that was 5 days ago. This one was Anita. So this is the initial video here. All right, you don't really need to play that. You know what a pirate and a thief looks like. Okay. So this is a direct provocation. All right. Here we go. They don't seem to be relying on any military justification, unlike the targeting of the drug boats. He added, this seems more related to violating sanctions imposed on both Venezuela and Iran, according to Mr. Hansen. All right, formal off-the-cuff inputs. But they have no command authority to approve or refuse an operation, he added. What they do is advise commanders on legalities and risk. Alright, even if it was carried out by non-military law enforcement units, such as those from the Coast Guard, there are lawyers that would serve similar roles. Okay, so basically just advising against doing something, a direct provocation such as this. Okay. Yeah. Has not been really clear in articulating a legal justification. Right, exactly. Okay, Chevron reduces price for Venezuelan oil after tanker. Man, get the fuck out of here. I can't get it. Oh, okay, so you can't. Fine, whatever. That's cool too. But you see this here. Now let me see on another related note. EU. Let's see if we can get this to come up. I don't remember. I know I should have. Knew I should have bookmarked that. Alright, there's no general cutoff. Okay. God, where is it? Is this it? Let's see. EU leader warns of U.S. interference in Europe's affairs and Russia, as Russia praises Trump's security vision. Okay, no, this isn't it. Alright, so I won't, since I can't find it, we're not going to, we're not even gonna discuss that. I can't find anything on it off the dribble, and I don't know how to put the how to articulate it here to find it. And maybe that's just something that that they're keeping under wraps. That just may be what it is. Okay, so let's see. Maduro trapped with few retaliation options after, okay, he seizes it. Let's see what we got here. Oh, God. Fine. It seems like this ad is going to be another 20 or 15 seconds. Okay, so let's go ahead and hear the administration's latest offense, right? We read, that's what we talked about. Has triggered predictable outrage from Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. All right, but behind the rhetorical fire, analysts say that the regime has few practical ways to hit back without doing even more damage to itself, and that may not be true. All right, so let's see. Where do you get that, right? Where do you get that? For one, and then you see how he didn't even answer the question. Let's go back. Right. So where did he get those numbers? Where did and you see they never answered the question. It was never about drugs. Just like the war on drugs here in America was never about drugs. It was about war on Jake. And secondarily, as you can see with this one, it is not about the. You got the narrative, okay, and then you have the truth. And if you can read between the lines, you see where the truth is. All right. I mean, you are known by your actions, okay? All right, you see, enforcing policies based on a narrative that they continue to push. All right, it's all. Come on now. If you can't see it, you can't see. You just ain't gonna see it. And this is perfect. Psalms 58:3. This is another one we've been reading. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the death adder that stoppeth the ear. All right. So you try to tell the truth, and you try to call them out on their BS and hold them accountable, and they plug their ears. La 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 la. They're bringing drugs in the community. La 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 la. right? They will continue to repeat the narrative, okay, while they execute alleged WARCRIMES.
Is Maduro 2 days ago made a defiant speech, most of it in Spanish, but this portion was in English. Let's watch and listen.
What do all those, and he already connected the dots on what I'm about to say, but what do all of those countries have in common? I'm sure you know.
How would you respond to the Venezuelan leader after this? The president has been very clear about the action that he is taking here. We are not going to allow narco terrorists to flood our country with deadly drugs. We are not going to allow shadow vessels to violate our sanctions policies. We are going to enforce our sanctions policies. We're not going to allow shadow states to transport black market oil, the proceeds of which go to fund the terrorist activities of rogue and illegitimate regimes around the world. We're going to implement our policies. We're going to defend the American people. And that's
What is a rogue and illegitimate regime in their and by their definition, right? You have to ask yourself these questions. Continue on with the narrative, right? And just deny, but continue on with a narrative that, anybody with half a brain can tell is BS. And then they just continue to do Iraq. They continue to do Afghanistan. They continue to do Vietnam, right? They continue to do Libya. You don't want to play ball? Fine. I think you got some terror people in your country, and your leader is a dictator, and it looks like you need some democracy. You could really use some democracy right now because you don't want to play ball. All because the country, God forbid, a country just exist, and that is why we keep going to Habakkuk 2 and 5.
the bottom line here. We're going to defend the American people, put our national security first, make sure we have a safe and secure country. All right, Democrats are asking questions, including Chris Coons from Delaware. Just is. President Trump ran on keep your costs down, pay American health care,
All of those have failed.
and I will avoid new stupid wars.
Third failure.
He's failing on all three. He seems to be sleepwalking into a war with Venezuela. Once again, we have seen the leading cause of death for Americans aged 18 or 45 being overdoses, which is fueled by this illicit activities of these cartels. And you're seeing those designations mention some of them. But designations of cartels across our region. We are saying enough is enough. We are going to secure the border. We're going to stop illegal immigration, which is used by cartels to smuggle these drugs. We are going to defend the American people. We're going to stop these cartels, these narco terrorists, from poisoning tens of thousands of Americans every single year.
And that is strictly from the blue pills, the Fenties, right? The fentanyl. That doesn't come from Venezuela. I mean, hey, what do I'm just some nigga somewhere, so I don't exactly know. But I think if you were to just do a little digging, you can find out where it comes from, who pays for it, if you follow the dollar. And I think it's only an issue here because, little E children are getting it. Their kids are dying, right? At an exponential rate, right? And it is nothing more than a recompense for, the purposeful flooding of rocks into so-called black and brown neighborhood. All right. and fostering an environment for crime. Removing aid, or removing schools, removing funding, and then flooding guns and rocks. And all what you're seeing now is a recompense for that. All right, nobody gets away on a macrocosmic level and a microcosmic level. Golly, no one gets away.
Okay, that's the Venezuela and Ukraine. This has been very difficult. Where the president's frustrated, clearly with both sides. Likely he seems to be more frustrated with Putin. Here's Zelensky meeting in Paris on Saturday with US, UK, France, and Germany. Here we go, Zelensky from yesterday.
We have continued with United States team of multiple security guarantees for Ukraine, and we are working on a framework document, and we must be strong enough to framework. We believe these documents.
Okay, well, all we really wanted was about the thing in Venezuela, right? Let's see. And I find it funny that they did not even cover what he was talking about in Spanish. I wonder why. They didn't go to his speech in I'm pretty sure it would have helped put things into context. But they are making they're trying to draw a comparison here, and they're trying to dehumanize, and they are trying to paint people, or put people in categories, right? And when you do that, it makes it easy, as I say, it makes it easy to dehumanize, and then also commit the act that this interesting regime, this interesting government is committing. All right. And so I gotta sign in for full access to art. I don't have access, right? And I ain't signing in. Okay, I think that's it. I mean, this may have just turned into a nice little news update. All right, so let's see what else is here. All right, Amazon worst nightmare. Thousands canceling Prime for what? Oh, that ain't really got nothing to do with anything. That's cool. We don't need that. Alright, Crew says, yeah, we don't need it. Florida influencer accused of inappropriately touching. God damn, look at what the. Good lord. Alright, healthcare costs set to jump. House considering 2 years. So what is it? Alright, see, when they got all kind of money for everything else. But when it comes to taking care of the people, interesting. Alright, let's see what this one says real quick. 2-year Obamacare tax deduction. I ain't really know we need to go into either. Yeah, we don't care about that. What about that? Oh, this is an opinion piece, so we also don't need that. We need facts here. Okay, I guess not. I think we got what we needed to get. The main thing I wanted to do was kind of do a little update on this Venezuelan thing and what this could mean here, right? Obviously, you saw it. This is illegal, and the other countries that are at, Russia and China have the backs of Venezuela. So pretty soon here, we are going to see even more escalation. All right, even more provocation. So though it tarry, wait. The vision is yet for an appointed time. All right. So with that being said, I pray that you are edified. Shalom.